Ready? Oh yeah, okay, sorry. I didn't know what you were doing. I'm here with my instant idol, Theresa Marquez. She's beautiful, with Organic Valley, which is one of my favorite companies. And I don't say that about all the girls. This is a company I love because it has integrity. How have you managed to grow? You were saying you're reaching almost $1 billion?
Yeah.
While maintaining integrity and supporting the farmers.
Well, this is our 25th year. When we started out, the 1980s were the most horrendous agricultural time in the history of the United States. We had more suicides in the 1980s in the farming community than we ever had experienced.
Wow. And
more farmers went out of business. They lost farms that were in the family for years. And so in order to try and say, we're going to reverse that, we founded Crop Co-op. And so many people said, get, the famous get big or get out.
Right.
Well, guess what? We decided that we were going to buck that trend. And so everyone said, you can't buck a trend. And we said, well, then we'll probably go out of business, but what do we have to lose?
Right, but it's the right thing to do. And you did it in an innovative way. You support small farmers, but you all work together in the co-op, so you're big.
Well, what happened then, 7 farmers started out, and then maybe we even had just 7 consumers. But the vision and passion that we had for what we were going to do was happening at the consumer end too. And so consumers were also saying, well, wait a minute, is this the kind of food that we want? And of course the natural food industry really helped a lot because it brought to the public this idea of, gee, do you know that you have carcinogenic, dyes in your food? Do we really need yellow dye and red dye?
And what was the stat about autism in children?
Well, today, 1 out of 88 kids will be born autistic, and most of them will be boys.
Wow.
And then the other problem that we're having because of pesticides in our food is we have a very, very starting to get more and more prevalent reproduction problems.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, my dad said, don't sit next to a guy, you'll get pregnant. Today, we have to, that 25% of the couples of today cannot naturally get pregnant the natural way. They need fertility drugs, they need help.
Sperm counts are going down.
Yeah, and this is well documented. This isn't just,
cancer rates are going up, autism is going up.
And cancer rates in kids are going up.
Yeah.
When we didn't have cancer in kids.
Right.
It's a new phenomenon.
Yeah.
And so, it's time to say, ya basta, that's enough. We should start, we mothers and fathers and citizens who care about the future should be saying, we don't want 1.2 billion pounds of pesticides in our environment. It used to be 1 billion. It went up 0.2 thanks to GMOs. A lot of people don't understand GMO is very, very pesticide intensive, more so than regular conventional ag.
Wow.
You must have Roundup, or of course Roundup Ready is going away because Roundup Ready sprouted over 200 super weeds, and it no longer works.
Right.
And so now
it's not even. It doesn't even work better. Even if it's killing life and killing our health, it doesn't even work at all.
And you should know though that Roundup is truly one of the more benign of the pesticides. The new cocktail that's coming out is going to include 2,4-D, and you're younger than me, so you probably don't remember Agent Orange.
Well,
okay.
We all know about it.
Agent Orange was 2,4-D and 2,4,5-T. Well, we're going to get the 2,4-D, and 2,4-D's property was that it could drift for miles. So we in the Midwest are just goosebumped about the fact that we might have this unleashed on us. By the way, 2,4-D is also one of the most studied of the toxic pesticides, and they already know it causes reproductive problems, it causes cancer, and it causes premature births, birth defects, and so on, and yet they're trying to rubber stamp it through the USDA right now.
Wow.
One of the things that we'll be working with the Pesticide Action Network on is doing everything we can to stop 2,4-D, and if it does get released, we're going to have to get really creative on our activism.
Yeah.
We're all going to have to be activists and say, we don't want it in our backyard. We want to make our county 2,4-D free, and atrazine free, and Roundup Ready free, and GMO free.
Well, we all get to be activists. I mean, the problems are going to be endless with kind of corporate greed sometimes. Here at Natural Products Expo, we had a great example yesterday of a corporation doing the right thing, Whole Foods saying by 2015.
Wasn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was a highlight. We interviewed them last night. Very excited about that. Whole Foods is asking all companies, or requiring by 2018, to be transparent about GMOs. Well, thank you, Theresa. Organic Valley, please support it. It's a great company and it'll support you back.
Yes. Thank you.
Organic Valley, a company it's easy to love and easy to support and eat and be supported by. I understand you're the Chief Mission Officer. Why is it important for all of us to band together and promote organic, the ORPP?
Well, the ORPP, or what we just commonly call the promotion board, is something that we're already giving quite a bit of money to. In fact, it almost makes me feel bad to say this, that we already are giving over millions and millions of dollars. We've actually funded RBGH research. We're funding the Gut Milk campaign. So when it comes to promotion boards, our company happens to know a lot about them. And it is a difficult topic, I think, for a lot of people, but it is so important for us to take this money that we've been giving away to the promotion board and the Gut Milk and all that, and redirect it towards organic. I mean, I think a lot of us believe, I certainly do, that organic is the solution for the broken food system, and we simply aren't doing enough. And if we're only 5%, we have to grow, and we have to grow fast.
So organic is only 5% of the overall market, and if we can promote why organic is real and important, then it can continue to grow astronomically as it has been.
It's so critical that it grows.
Yeah.
We can't, 1 out of 88 kids now are going to be autistic. This has a lot to do with the chemicals in our environment. 1.2 billion pesticides go into the environment.
Yeah.
Organic has got to grow. We may all say, no, we want it to be this tiny little thing, but in order to do that, we have to be a cooperative group together, trying to pool our funds. Organic Valley can't do it by ourselves. We all have to do it together. And there's an awful lot of, I don't trust promotion boards, for good reasons.
Right.
There's a lot of good reasons not to trust promotion boards. They're kind of like, they don't always look out after the interests of the industry that they're supposedly going to be looking out after, and especially the farmers, from the farmer's viewpoint.
Right.
But I like to remind people that when we, in 1988, today's our 25th anniversary, so we're pretty excited about that. Thank you. When we started out, our farmers said, we're not going to be a co-op. We hate co-ops. We don't like them. And after talking about it, well, we couldn't quite find another structure that we actually did like. And so we thought, well, you know what if we took a look and really looked closely at the cooperative system, and then we looked and said, we don't want to do that. And we just took what we think worked, and we said no on the other. Wherever they made a mistake, let's not do that. Let's not create a them-us between the management and the farmers. So I think we can do that the same with the promotion board. We've never done anything the way the regular food business does it, and we won't do a promotion board the way it is. We'll take a look at it, and we're going to bring our alternative values and our passions, the things that we believe in, and we're going to do something different. So, I'm going to challenge those people who said, we don't like promotion boards, to say, okay, well, let's look at it, and let's not do the things we don't like. Let's set up something that can work for everyone, but for heaven's sake, let's figure out how to be cooperative with each other and come to something that we can do together to really start moving organic where it needs to be. It needs to be 50% of the food. It needs to be 75% of the food. It needs to be 100% of the food. And we need to accelerate that change because the current food system is so dysfunctional right now. It's killing our kids. It's giving them cancer. It's giving them autism. By the way, sperm count for men is going down. Reproduction problems for women are going up. Time to get some of these environmental pollutants, especially from our food, out of our bodies, out of our kids. We can only do it together, and the promotion board is a super concept to try and raise some money so that we can actually do what we need to do and then get out with our messages to the public at large. So many people misunderstand what organic is.
Amen. So Organic Valley, again, leading the way in how to work together and keep our values. Thank you.
Right on.
Thank you.
Thank you.